cybercrime. And there are some people who say the next crisis, not the previous one, which was the financial crisis, nor this one, the virus one, but the next one will actually be due to cybercrime, because the hackers have got so sophisticated and talk to each other and cooperate so intelligently, which we don't always do in the financial services industry. We need to cooperate much better to defend against this. That maybe one of the next causes of a financial crisis may actually be cybercrime. And the more we go digital, and the more gaps we have, for example, not properly doing identity properly, etc., will cause a lot of problems.
What's up, guys? It is Thursday, October 12th. It's 3:10 p.m. and this is the crypto newsletter. And yeah, that was a video. Mr. Man shared it. Cyber attacks, city, and this guy kind of, it's the narrative. And ever since I've been in crypto back 2016, but it didn't really be whispered about until like 2018 and there was a lot of things that were whispered about, rumored. One of the things was the cyber attack and how the reset would happen would have to be a blackout, because you can't update the system without everything being turned off all at once. And that seems like the only plausible scenario where this reset and transition to the new financial system could happen. And there's been a lot of things rumored about or riddled about, let's just say, ever since back 2018, and most have panned out besides that cyber attack and the blackout and the reset to transition the system from old to new. And that is what we're going to be covering tonight in our VIP group session every Wednesday. But we actually got some intel last night, so we rescheduled it to tomorrow based off of all this right now. And we kind of switched gears, and we're going to do a cyber pandemic preparedness plan tonight in our group session to make sure that we're being proactive, not reactive, an event like this or a scenario like this pans out. And you know, the global risk report from the World Economic Forum, I think it was January 2022, said like world leaders, top execs, people in different industries had said that they are very on alert for a massive cyber attack in the next 2 years. And TikTok, it's already been basically a year now. So yeah, that seems like it's aligning with the timeline of the adoption of blockchain and cryptos as well too. So it's time to gear up and get ready for it. So if you're new here, subscribe to the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, share this. And if you want to get in on that group session tonight with that cyber preparedness plan, then you got to sign up for VIP. So join the Discord, link is in the bio, and request me as a friend, Rob at Stargate, and ask me how you can get into VIP. We'll get you in there. So that was that. And then also too, I have some more video clips that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm just going to let them roll through, and you can see that the narrative is starting to build up. So I'm going to play a couple videos and then I'll be back.
The COVID-19 pandemic has shaken our economies and societies to the core and shown us how vulnerable we are to biological threats. In the digital world, similar risks are being overlooked right now. A cyber attack with COVID-like characteristics would spread faster and further than any biological virus. Its reproductive rate would be around 10 times greater than what we've experienced with the coronavirus. To give you an idea, one of the fastest worms in history, the 2003 Slammer sapphire worm, doubled in size approximately every 8.5 seconds, infecting over 75,000 devices in 10 minutes and almost 11 million devices in 24 hours. Fortunately, at least until now, cyber attacks have not impacted our health the way pandemics have, but the economic damages, and therefore the impact they have had on our daily lives, have been equal and sometimes even greater. You see, the only way to stop the exponential propagation of a COVID-like cyber threat is to fully disconnect the millions of vulnerable devices from one another and from the internet. All of this in a matter of days. A single day without the internet would cost our economies more than $50 billion US, and that's before considering the economic and societal damages should these devices be linked to essential services such as transport or healthcare. As the digital realm increasingly merges with our physical world, the ripple effects of cyber attacks on our safety just keep on expanding at a faster pace than what we're preparing for. COVID-19 was known as an anticipated risk. So is the digital equivalent. Let's be better prepared for that one. The time is now.
So you catch that at the end, the ripple effects. They always got to include a little gold nugget, I would say. Yeah, but that's one video. So that was from that annual economic conference, Davos 2022. They always release those type of little snippet videos. But yeah, man, like it's the narrative. It's the next one. It's the next one. So now let's watch this video.
So sorry to bother you. You must be Amanda.
Why did you come here?
In my line of work, you have to understand the patterns that govern the world. That can help you see the future. And I knew something was coming.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
We are seeing ongoing cyber attacks across the country.
The truth is much scarier.
What is the truth?
We're gonna be okay, right?
Aren't you the one who always said, if you're not paranoid by now, it's too late?
Haven't you been picking up on what's going on out there? We've all been deserted. There is no going back to normal.
So that on Netflix is coming out, I think, or in select theaters in November, it said, and then on Netflix in December. And I know you guys remember back in 2019, around November, December, the Netflix kind of, what was it? It was like a series, Bill Gates, and they're talking about the next pandemic and stuff. And then a couple months later, what happened, right? So a lot of things lining up like 4 years ago. Around this time, and then we're heading into an election year as well too. What a perfect time for something like that to unfold. Then in my newsletter yesterday, I covered a couple of things with that as well too. I bet the cops are outside. They're trying to Bobby bots. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, I was just wondering what's going on. But yeah, let me pull that up. So is this video from yesterday? That's funny. I didn't even know they put that up. That's crazy. The video I did yesterday. I'll link it in the bio here, but I'll play a clip as well too. But you probably want to watch this yesterday because I cover in this book. It's The Road to Ruin, Jim Rickards. The guy is on it. He called the C-19 pandemic in 2019, or when I read that book, back November, December, before it happened as well too. And one of the things he outlined is another scenario, cyber attacks as well. So definitely that book is fire. I'm going to do a little Bobby Books Club or something, but I'm going to read more of that in the next newsletter I do. I'll maybe even do a deep dive on it. I got to dig through the book more and find like clips. But like right here, the NASDAQ with digital viruses and like who knows what other kind of sleeper viruses are just waiting around in the works, just to be activated. So yeah, and then as well too, in December of 2021, we had Israel host cyber pandemic exercise simulating a cyber attack on global financial systems with 10 countries, the IMF, World Bank, BIS, and with a bunch of heavyweight countries as well too. Austria, Germany, Israel, Italy, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Thailand, the United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, the United States. So obviously, why would they be doing all this prep? Like this is gonna be, I believe, the moment when this all happens, that is like when we look back on years after, will be the moment of when everything changed. And Cyber Polygon, so let me pull up a video from Cyber Polygon and what they were saying, because that was like another exercise that World Economic Forum was doing, Cyber Polygon, as well as I have a PDF doc from that simulation and their results and everything. They were talking a lot about CBDCs, digital currency, etc. So I'll play this video next.
Your nuclear facilities are getting attacked. Wouldn't you join your national cyber army? Well, many did. And that's why today Iran has one of the largest cyber armies in the world. So whoever initiated this and was very proud of themselves to see that little dip in Iran's centrifuge numbers should look back now and acknowledge that it was a major mistake.
Very quickly, Iran sent a message to the United States. Very sophisticated message. And they did that with 2 attacks. First, they attacked Saudi Aramco, the biggest oil company in the world, and wiped out every piece of software, every line of code on 30,000 computer devices. Then, Iran did a surge attack on the American banks.
The most extensive attack on American banks ever, launched from the Middle East, happening right now.
Millions of customers trying to bank online this week blocked. Among the targets, Bank of America, PNC, and Wells Fargo. The U.S. suspects hackers in Iran may be involved.
When Iran hit our banks, we could have shut down their botnet, but the State Department got nervous because the servers weren't actually in Iran. So until there was a diplomatic solution, Obama let the private sector deal with the problem.
I imagine that in the White House Situation Room, people sat around and said, let me be clear, I don't imagine, I know. People sat around in the White House Situation Room and said, the Iranians have sent us a message which is essentially, stop attacking us in cyberspace the way you did at Natanz with Stuxnet. We can do it too.
There are unintended consequences of the Stuxnet attack. You wanted to cause confusion and damage to the other side, but then the other side can do the same to you. The monster turned against its creators, and now everyone is in this game.
They did a good job in showing the world, including the bad guys, what you would need to do in order to cause serious trouble that could lead to injuries and death.
It's inevitable that more countries will acquire the capacity to use cyber, both for espionage and for destructive activities. And we've seen this in some of the recent conflicts that Russia's been involved in. If there's a war, then somebody will try to knock out our communication system or the radar.
State-sponsored cyber sleeper cells, they're out there everywhere today. It could be for communications purposes, it could be for data exfiltration, it could be to, shepherd in the next Stuxnet.
I mean, you've been focusing on Stuxnet, but that was just a small part of a much larger Iranian mission.
There was a larger Iranian mission?
Nitro Zeus, NZ. We spent hundreds of millions, maybe billions on it. In the event the Israelis did attack Iran, we assumed we would be drawn into the conflict. We built in attacks on Iran's command and control systems so the Iranians couldn't talk to each other in a fight. We infiltrated their IADs, military air defense systems, so they couldn't shoot down our planes if we flew over. We also went after their civilian support systems, power grids, transportation, communications, financial systems. We were inside, waiting, watching, ready to disrupt, degrade, and destroy those systems with cyber attacks. In comparison, Stuxnet was a back alley operation. NZ was the plan for a full-scale cyber war with no attribution. Everyone I know is basically thrilled with the Iran deal. Sanctions and diplomacy worked. But behind that deal was a lot of confidence in our cyber capability. People were everywhere inside Iran, still are. I'm not going to tell you the operational details of what we can do going forward or where, but the science fiction cyber war scenario is here. That's Nitro Zeus. But my concern, and the reason I'm talking, is because when you shut down a country's power grid, it doesn't just pop back up. It's more like Humpty Dumpty. And if all the king's men can't turn the lights back on or filter the water for weeks, then lots of people die. And something we can do to others, they can do to us too. Is that something that we should keep quiet? Or should we talk about it?
I've gone to many people on this film, even friends of mine, who won't talk to me about the NSA or Stuxnet even off the record for fear of going to jail. Is that fear protecting us?
No, but it protects me. Or should I say, we.
Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff and what can happen and result for that. So then I remember back in July or August, there was a little scare. So I'm going to go back to that video I did. Yeah, it was right. It was June 16th. So June 16th. Remember this? So like it's being like kind of slowly ushered in, or like kind of like little tidbits here, tidbit there, and then all of a sudden it's just gonna happen. So let's play this real quick.
Hey, we are a direct threat to all European banks. European banks, you will soon be witnessing the most powerful cyber attack in the recent history of the world. Be prepared, because when we strike, it will be too late to make amends. Many European banks will be targeted and you will hit without mercy.
The world has gone mad. The reason for this is money. If God rules Russia, then who rules Europe? That's right, the banking system. No money, no problem. Rebel is sufficiently familiar with the European financial infrastructure. See you soon.
This is not a DDoS attack. Games are over. We call on all active groups to engage in destructive activities against the European banking system. No money, no weapons, no key regime. This is the formula for the death of Nazism, and it will work. Within 48 hours, we are launching this global company. Nothing will save you, and this is not a warning. I am just informing you. You have never seen such problems before. We are Killnet.
Oh yeah, so it was Killnet that was gonna do that. And I think it panned out. I'm pretty sure they actually did it. They literally did it. Yeah, they did do it. And then let's go to this next one, because there was more about this. Oh yeah, this was gold. This was gold.
Russia and are urging U.S. critical infrastructure defense.
So this was from May 31st.
Well, tonight, the nation's intelligence agencies are warning of cyber threats from Russia and are urging U.S. critical infrastructure defenses to be reinforced. CBS's Bill Whitaker reported on Sunday night 60 Minutes, it wouldn't take much to throw the entire country into darkness.
The grid is a sprawling target. There are actually 3 in the U.S., the Eastern, Western, and Texas has its own. Most of us rarely notice substations. There are 55,000 across the country, each housing transformers, the workhorses of the grid. Inside these massive metal boxes, raw electricity is converted to higher or lower voltages. Should a transformer explode, like this one in Manhattan during Superstorm Sandy, the system is designed to trigger a localized grid-preserving blackout. But if several sections of the grid go down at the same time, the shutdowns can cascade like dominoes. That's what set off the Great Northeast Blackout in 2003, leaving 45 million Americans without power. A few months before the assault on Metcalf, John Wellinghoff of FERC commissioned a study to see if a physical attack on critical transformers could trigger cascading blackouts.
It was actually a very shocking result to us that there's very few number of substations you need to take out on the entire United States to knock out the entire grid.
Knock out the entire grid?
That's correct.
How long would it take to knock out, putting the entire country in a blackout?
Less than 20.
And Bill Whitaker joins us now. So Bill, just 20 substations to knock out the entire system? I mean, that's unbelievable, but your reporting is it could be even less than that.
That's right, Nora. That report was from 2013, and it actually found the number was even lower, 9. Taking out just 9 critical substations could black out the whole country. We were told by multiple sources that the number has not changed much, that less than 20 is a fair assessment.
So there we go. So scary stuff, my man. Scary stuff. But you know that these are cards that will be. If these are the cards that we're going to be dealt, well, we better well be prepared for it. That's for sure. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight on the group session for the VIP members. So yeah, man. And so I'm going to leave it up at that. I'm going to save all the good stuff for tonight. Alan's going to bust out the guns, give us a little kind of 1, 2, 3, 4 steps of what to do now to secure yourself when an event like this unfolds. Alan's our cyber guy. and he is the smartest dude I know when it comes to it. So a little bit of a story. I mean, I'm also, you know, I'm doing this video, but also looking at the coin that we got in yesterday, big time. And we absolutely crushed it. I can't get over it. We got in around 10 a.m. New York time yesterday at 6 cents. And we sold, and it looks like we sold the top again. Because we did it with Pepe. We bought Pepe a day after it came out. We sold the exact top the day, May 5th, never forget it. And it looks like we did it again. We did it again. We hit another one big time with 6 cent entry, 33 cent exit price, 550% gain in 24 hours. And that doesn't even include all the levy, proof of receipts. Everybody's crushing it. Like, we were just playing big time this past 24 hours, and it's been a field day. So while the market is still boring, there's still opportunity to strike on. So if you're trying to get on these opportunities, join the Discord, link is in the bio, join VIP, friend request me, Rob at Stargate, ask how you can get into it. You know, there's so little amount of time left to strike and maximize this, and this last run I believe is going to be the last big one. It's time to get after it, right? So it's funny because last night I was with my girl in bed, and I was like, you know what? Like, I think we should go hard. I think we should go hard in this, because Pepe only put 1,000 in, and you know, every single time I go hard, go light, it always seems like it's on the winners, the Grand Slams. So I was like, you know what? Let's go hard on this. I'm gonna put X amount of XRP, and you match me up with your XRP. Let's just do it. You know, we did it. And then we woke up and we were up big, and she sold out this morning. I sold out, and then all of a sudden she's leaving, and she's like, I bought back in, I doubled up on it. I was like, my eyes bulged. I was like, are you kidding me? What are you doing? She doesn't trade. She's like, yeah, can you watch it for me and sell out? So I've been running up and down all around the house, and because I sold, and then I'm looking at hers, and then I ran up, sold hers, and now I'm looking right now, and we sold the top, and all the VIP members did as well too, because I announced it way earlier. So yep, that's it, guys. That is the newsletter of the day. It's cyber pandemic based, and now's the time to prepare. So if you don't have a game plan, you know where to find us, but if now's not the time to join, there's always other resources out there. So link is in the bio. Come join the Discord. I'll see you guys in the next video and over there.